Hello and welcome back to Mechanical Mastery. Today we are going to be looking at automating nether stars as well as capturing the wither to farm it for its ether gas. It's going to be quite exciting, so I hope you guys stick around. So taking a look at the quest book here, we have this Essence of Darkness. Grab this here. You'll see it's about 20,000 EMC just for one of them, but we are able to enrich it. So we can put it in a metallurgic confuser and give some refined obsidian or enriched obsidian with an essence of darkness and get the enriched essence of darkness. We're going to need this to make ourselves some wither skulls because we are going to infuse again the skeleton skulls we're going to craft up with the enriched essence of darkness. So in this pack, it does allow us to craft up regular skeleton skulls, which is very nice. So we need a body stone and just some bone blocks, which should be fairly easy for us to make here since bones have EMC. So if we go down here, we can take a look at our patterns here. So what we're going to need is the bone stone, which we can make, and this has EMC. We're also going to need some patterns. With some patterns made, so we should be able to make this body stone here, as well as this crafting recipe. We're going to need bone meal, and we do have a way of creating bone meal, so that's perfect. We're also going to need a processing pattern for this enriched essence of darkness. Now with this one, you're going to want to do the same thing we were doing before with the previous mechanism. Patterns. So we need the enriched obsidian. So if we send one enriched obsidian, we're going to want to have 2 essence of darkness going, and that will give us 2 of the enriched essence of darkness. And the same goes for the enriched darkness essence. You're going to want to make the pattern when you're making the wither skull pattern. Take 5 of these, so I think we need to get it from over here. Darkness. And there we go. So you put 1 of these in here. It's going to take 5 skeleton skulls, and it's going to give us 5 wither skulls. And that should be all the patterns we're going to need. So what I did was I came back over here and set us up 2 more metallurgic infusers. I'm going to use 1 for each one of our patterns here, and this should do just fine for those type of auto crafts. I kind of wanted them to be set off to the side so they didn't interfere with our crafting when we request items with this stuff, but we can use our configuration card and make this easy on ourselves because it is still the same configuration. So we can take this and slap it onto these. And that should allow us to make wither skulls. Can we make 5 of them? It says we're missing Essence of Darkness. I probably have to learn it. So let's learn it. And we'll do that with the tablet. I haven't had to do this in a little while. We learned our Essence of Darkness and see if we can make the wither skull now. 5. It says we have everything we need. It costs 119 bones, which is kind of crazy. And we should be able to go over to our monitor that I made us up in between episodes. And we should be able to see everything going here. So it's making the bone meal right now. And it is quickly going through it, actually. It's going a lot faster than I expected it to. We can start taking a look at, since we're going to be doing some larger crafts like this. So this is the pattern with the bone blocks in it. We can make another pattern for refined speed upgrades. And that actually should speed up our... Oh, actually, I already have one. Perfect. So we'll make up some of those as well. And that should speed up our crafters significantly. Especially when we have large crafts like that going on. But this should finish up here shortly once Those bones are made. And we should be able to see our machines over here up and running. They may not be because I did not set gates on them. So I need some gates and I need exporters. So we'll get some gates here. And we need some importers. And I believe we import from the bottom on our other ones. So we'll do the same for these ones. We'll just pop some holes in the floor here. And this is actually right above this other stuff. It'll make it real easy. Put this in just like this. Definitely don't want to poke through our floor. Oops. And cables. There we go. And alright, all hooked in. So this should be able to do the same. It does kind of punch us through. We'll probably have to go like this. We'll use an importer. And it will have to be somewhat exposed for right now until I get a cover on it. And that should do. So those should import now, because I believe they should have been set. And it is making the skeleton skulls. We have the Essence of Darkness in there. And we should see our Wither skull be made. Perfect. For this next part, we are going to need a white laser lens. This is made in dissolution chamber. So we can make our way over to our setup over here and pop the pattern right on in. This should be freed up for us to use. And we should be able to request a white laser lens. But what are we missing here? White dye. That should be easy. Bone meal right into white dye. And I'm not going to worry about a crafting recipe because we only need one of these. We're also going to need purple dye. Not sure if we're going to be able to make this rose red. We can get rose red. And we need blue dye. We can get blue dye. Purple lens. So we'll grab the purple dye and we'll grab our white lens. Should be done. And you can dye these any color, and they will specifically do specific things inside of a laser drill, or what we're going to be using, the fluid laser base. But we don't want to do blue dye. We want purple, because the uses for purple, you could see it can go into the fluids one, and it's going to get us our ether gas. And we're all going to need a full wither underneath this guy to get it all set up. So with the purple lens, you're going to need the fluid laser base, as well as I'm going to do 8 laser drills. You can do more than 8, but we'll start with 8 and see how that speed looks. And we're going to need a stasis chamber. So I set us up a compact machine just for this, and it's going to help us contain the wither. Make sure that this guy, if he does escape this stasis chamber, we should be able to contain him inside of this world and not have to worry about it as long as this is chunk loaded. So we go over here to claim chunks, we'll claim it and chunk load it. And that should be that. The setup to contain the wither shouldn't be too difficult. We just need the stasis chamber down at the bottom here. It is going to hold the wither in place. So if we show its working area, it is 3 blocks tall, just enough for the wither because it is designed to hold it in place. So if we build 3 up, put in the fluid laser base, get rid of this dirt here, and we should be able to put in these laser drills. So we'll go around the sides here and throw in the laser drills. And the one thing to note with the laser drills is it needs to have this particle effect. If it's not doing that particle effect, then the laser is not connected. So you just want to make sure that all of your lasers get connected. And in here, you're going to want to make sure you're putting the purple fluid lens, our purple laser lens in here. On top of that can be an advanced black hole tank. And we should be able to configure this to put the output out the top, which it already is. So all we're going to need is some gates. Hopefully we have enough. That's 7 here, we'll see. I don't think that's going to be enough. So only the drills will need to have gates on them. Let's break this, make sure it's all nice and even. And the stasis chamber will also need gate. Because this needs power. It's also really important that this does not lose power. But it's okay because we're inside this compact machine, so we won't have to worry about the wither flying off and, you know, destroying our whole base. He can only really destroy these blocks in here because he won't be able to break the walls. So with our gates made up, we should be able to get this power as well. So there's not really much more to do besides grab our wither skulls as well as some soul sand. And we should be able to build this guy up. So you just want to make sure you stay a little bit away from the stasis chamber because it will start to mess with your flying ability. And there he is. So he shouldn't move. And we should start getting... Oh, we're also going to want to lower this quite a bit. So let's look up wither. Ambient noise. We'll make it quite quiet. I did add a pipe in, and we should start getting ether gas, which we are. We have 30 millibuckets. So we're going to want to put the external storage onto our black hole tank here. We will set the priority to 10, and we will set the type to fluids, and we should be able to hook in some cables. We might need to make some. Just make a whole bunch. And we'll just hook this right into our refined storage system, and this guy should be all contained. If he does manage to break free somehow, we should be all set because he will not be able to go anywhere. One thing I noticed when I was taking a look at the quest book here, it put the ether gas bucket first before the rest of the machines here, so we actually didn't get any of the quests portion completed. So I have to go through and make these machines again in order to get the quest done. But we should be able to make the pattern for the Supreme machine frame. So you're going to see it takes ether gas and a whole bunch of other stuff that we do have craftable. And another thing you're going to want to do is at industrial is make up a whole bunch of these if you can. So I'll just make up 20 of each type. Because you're going to have to put them in each one of the laser drills. So we're missing something here, latex. So we need to also speed up our machines up top here. So all industrial foregoing machines will take all 3 of those upgrades, and there's only two types. So there's their tier 1s and the tier 2s. So you might as well just put the tier 2s into all those machines. But we can put the pattern inside of here, and we will then have the access to the Supreme machine frame. So that is looking pretty good, and that should bring us along pretty much to the end really of industrial foregoing. There's not much more to that mod. So I think it's about that time to stop using these kind of slow tools and to make ourselves some red matter tools. So we should be able to make all the red matter tools that we need. So we'll have to start off with the dark matter, of course. So we'll make the dark matter pick, axe, the shovel, and the sword. And we're actually going to make them all because I am going to be making the morning star as well as the guitar because I want to have the extra abilities that they offer. So we'll get the red matter pickaxe, the red matter axe, and the red matter shovel. These start to get a bit expensive. We're definitely going to see a hit to our EMC after doing all this, but I do think it is worth it because we are going to be going up against the wither here. We'll also make ourselves a dark matter set of armor. I don't think we're going to need all the way up to gem armor just yet. This should do just fine. And here we go, dark matter use. And so we're going to need the Morning Star and the guitar. So if we take a look at Morning Star, it's going to take up the shovel, the pickaxe, and the hammer, as well as a bunch more red matter. And keep in mind, these are 58,000 EMC each. So we'll make up the guitar, or the Morning Star, and now the guitar. And this is going to use the shears, the axe, the sword, and the hoe. Essentially, each one of these are the tools that you put into them combined. You can kind of tier them up. We just have to take a look at what the controls are here. So if we go to keybinds and take a look at category ProjectE, charge is currently set to V. I'm going to set it to shift V. And our extra ability is set to C. If we do X, maybe I could set it to my numpad. Set it to plus sign on my numpad here. And so if we do Shift V, that won't charge up. So we gotta take a look at another keybind. That's the one thing I always find with modded Minecraft is the keybinds. Yeah, once you run out, that's it. So yeah, I set up to minus, and you can charge it all the way up, and we can go into our mob farm here. So I did put some signs on here so we know which one's which. So we started to get quite a few machines, and we should be able to see inside of here. There are quite a lot of mobs in there, actually. I'm surprised this is not running a bit quicker. Oh, we didn't get the speed upgrades in there yet. But if we do our ability, it takes them all out. So we should be able to use this to manually fight the Wither at least once. I feel like we have to fight the Wither manually one time. So we put the goggles and the backpack into our body there, and we will throw on our new gear. So we should be all ready to fight up the Wither. So in one more fresh compact machine, I wanted to show off the actual ability that these tools give us here. It can actually one-shot the Wither. So if we build this guy up, oh, it is only 2. I was overthinking it there. And we let him charge up. He shouldn't really do much damage to us with this gear on. So we'll take a look. Really can't hurt us much at all. And we'll use our ability, our AoE ability. Charge it up, and it should take him out in one shot. And we have our first Nether Star. And the reason we wanted to get our first Nether Star is because we are going to use a Wither builder. So we will set up our final compact machine here. I don't think we're going to need another one. We may. But we will get a network transmitter, wireless transmitter, and this should be the last thing we need to get this up and running. So I got another network receiver and transmitter, and once I can craft this up, which should be any second here, we should be able to set this up. So the transmitter is going to need to go somewhere. We're kind of running low on space here. I guess I could just pop it over here. So transmitter on this side, and we will grab our wireless transmitter. It's still not made this yet for some reason. So with our network in here, we can take a look at the Wither builder. So we're going to place it right on top of here, and we're going to take a look at the working area. So it does have an interesting working area. It is a 1x3 area, and it is one off of where the machine is, because it does allow you to put in a Wither proof block. I don't know if this is going to be or not. But we can just use the dark glass for right now to make like a little floor for him. And what we're going to want is a mob crusher. This is going to allow us to take the Wither out fairly quickly, actually. I'm going to make sure it's facing the right way. Actually, get the face this way. There we go. And we're going to need to supply this with soul sand as well as wither skulls. So what I want to put on here is a crafter, and we'll grab our wrench and we'll face this into here because I want these to kind of be made actually almost on request. So with some cables, we should be able to hook this in and set that up this way. So we'll go like that, and we're going to need an importer on this side. So we'll grab ourselves an importer, and this should be able to be done fairly easily. So if we pop back into our main world, we're going to need to make up a crafting recipe. And it's going to be for nether stars. So we take a look at our pattern here. Another star. We're going to kind of make like a custom pattern here. So we'll drag nether star in to a processing pattern. I believe it'll let us. Yeah, so nether star will go in here. And what we're going to want to send is wither skulls. So we have to grab from this side. Wither skulls. So we're going to want 3 of those. And soul sand. And we're going to want to grab this over for 3 of those. And that should be for 1 nether star. So let's see. We go inside our machine here. And we take a look. We can put our crafting recipe in. So this is going to make us 1 nether star. And the wither skulls will only be able to go on to there. And they'll be accepted from any side. And soul sand, for some reason, has 2 inputs options. That's kind of odd. Oops, I didn't mean to go back in. I'm going to lower the portal sound, actually, too. I feel like that was quite loud. So we'll muffle this just a little bit. I do want to hear it still. I just don't want to, you know, blow up the ears of some headphone users. So, let's see. If we go ahead and open up our crafting grid, we should be able to see wither, our nether star, and with some gates, actually, before we forget. We need to throw some gates on here to make sure everything has power. So this will need power, as well as the crusher. And I probably want to put some speed upgrades in here. We'll put speed, actually all of them. Speed, the processing, and there is the efficiency. So we'll throw 1 of each in. And that should definitely make sure that that guy is taken care of in an efficient manner. So let's take a look. We'll stand back, and nether star, it's going to use those 3, and let's see what happens. Well, my pattern definitely needs to have 4, so let's pop back in real quick. I'm sure somebody was shouting at me in the comments below saying you need 4 soul sand to make a wither. And with the correct pattern here, with 4 soul sand and 3 wither skulls, we should be able to make this request now. So let's see. Oh, there's our wither. He should spawn in, and hopefully that should take him down. Hopefully that didn't need to put a range upgrade in there. I didn't even think of that. Ooh, he blew all that up. So that is definitely not wither. That's going to be a problem. And did he blow up my machines? He did. So with all of this rebuilt, I did do some research. It doesn't look like there are any like wither-proof blocks besides like obsidian or bedrock in this pack. But I did look at the settings over here and the chunk properties. When you have allow explosions set to false, which is default when you claim a chunk in this pack, it does not allow explosions. So if we go ahead and claim this area, we should have no problems with this guy giving us any issues. So I also did put the range upgrade in here. So we should hopefully not see all our stuff explode again as this goes through and makes our wither skulls and puts everything in. I'm hoping it all goes smooth. Good. This is able to accept. Oh, there it goes. It got the items. Should place them. Got the items. I don't know why it's not placing them. So one more thing you're going to want to change here is you're going to go to the settings icon and you're going to allow the fake players because the Wither builder is considered a fake player when you're inside like a claimed area here. I also built up its cage a little bit. One thing you're going to want to note when doing this is turn on the working area because you're going to want to have 1 block gap at least between the Wither and the walls, because if you don't have a gap, he can kind of clip through the side of the walls and he's going to get out, and that's just going to lead for this machine to not work. So we should be all set here. We should be able to, I put the range upgrades on this. It is working. It needs power. And we should be pretty good. This has power. Does it have its gate on it? It does. So we should be able to start by questing another star. So we'll start that and we'll take a look at the monitor. I actually had one going, so let me start it again. So we'll start this and monitor. It's making the sand and bones and stuff nice and quick. It's processing up the enriched darkness, and it is making our nether skulls. And it should build this guy right inside this area any second now once these skulls are made up. We also got to speed up these machines that are making the essence of darkness and such, because it seems like that process is a bit slow. There's Mr. Wither, and he shouldn't really get out of there, hopefully. And he should get taken down pretty much instantaneously if this was working. Oh, I didn't put the range upgrades in. There we go. I think it's taken down. Our nether star got pulled out, and it's still processing that, but it should have given us our nether star, which it did. So now we officially have nether stars on demand, and that should make our lives just a bit easier. So with that wardrobe upgrade and all these compact machines behind us, we have some pretty good automation for all of the hostile mobs as well as the Wither, getting us our nether stars as well as the ether gas, and putting us to the end of Industrial 4 going, putting us further into this pack. I hope you guys are enjoying, and I hope you guys are learning something. If you guys did, drop a comment down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.